Hey everybody, this time it's Amethyst's turn, so yeah, let's get right to it. Alright, so at first we're going to start with a circle for the head, as simple as that, and we're also going to add the center lines right here that help us with the orientation. Alright, like so. Okay, and we also add a line here, a curve, that will help us with the hair. But for now we're going to focus on the face features. We have the nose here, just this very little curve here, and we have a nostril that is this short line that goes into this direction. And now for the eye is a big oval shape. The center of the eye is slightly above the center line of the head, like so. And I want to give her a kind of a determined look, and therefore we also add this little line here. And we should not forget the pupil, obviously, right here. And for the mouth we have at first the upper lip, like so. Then we add two curves that are connected this way, and it looks like a cat mouth of some sorts. And we also should not forget the lower lip. Now let's focus more on the hair. We also have some hair over here on this side. I am also drawing this kind of guideline here. And now let's add some details to the hair. And I'm drawing the guidelines because there is no specific way how to draw the hair, because they're pretty wild and they always look very different, the spikes and stuff. But there is some rule behind it, and therefore I give you these guidelines, so at least you follow those in order to get the style somewhat looking like Amethyst. And you also have some spikes here, and also one at the height of the chin. Normally it goes like this. Alright, and this is it for the hair for now. We're going to add the rest at the background at the very last, because the hair is the most at the background, and therefore we want to draw everything else at first. Now let's focus on the body. At first we have the chest, obviously, and the chest starts pretty much where the chin is almost, and we add some curvature to it at first. The width is about as wide as the head itself. And here the front part we also have some width, some curvature, and the height of the chest part is slightly less high as the circle for the head, like maybe about so. This seems alright. Okay, I'm also adding a center line just to help me out, and we are adding this curve here for the shirt. Now, because of the perspective, it's not just a perfect U shape, but like this distance here is bigger than this one right here. And sticking out at the middle of her chest is her gem, her amethyst. First we have a round shape, and then this hexagonal shape. We also have to add these little lines. Alright? Now we are continuing by drawing the legs, and the legs are drawn in a very similar way as Steven Universe's legs. They are very short, but kind of thick, and I'm drawing these kind of oval shapes that are intersecting to indicate the hip, like so. And I want to draw her in a wide stance, because she's going to have a battle stance of some sorts, like so. And for the lower legs we are just simply continuing those lines over here. And for the feet, what I just do is I just add this little corner here, and we have an indication for the toes pretty much. Also this line here to draw the shoes, and the same over here on the other side, like so. And again the little corner right here for the toes, and again the shoe. Alright, and here I want to continue the shirt, and therefore we draw this curve here that it's kind of hanging down slightly. And this particular style also has often those holes at the side, so I'm also going to add one. Alright, now I also want to add the stars at the knees. This should not be forgotten, and like I did with in my Pearl tutorial, I at first draw these flower shapes because it's much easier for me than to just sharpen the edges of this flower shape and therefore get the star. I always had troubles for drawing stars freehandedly. I always mess it up in some ways and it looks completely off, but with these flower shapes it actually it's pretty simple for me. So personally for me it helps a lot. I don't know if it will help you, but you can try at least. Next of all, I want to add the arms, and they are very simple. In this pose I want to just draw this arm here, and normally the way they are drawn is the outer line, like if the arm is bent, the outer line is a continuous line and the inner line is normally some sort of corner, so it's not a completely continuous line. This is normally how the arms are drawn, and now I'm going to add here this circle that will help us out with the fifth, and she's going to hold her whip weapon in this hand, and so I'm making it very simplistic. First of all, here is the part where the weapon will be held, and I'm just adding these edges very crudely in order to indicate the fist shape, and also just indicating another finger right here, but not more than that, and that's pretty much it. We're leaving it like this. That's enough. And here on the other side too, at first we're going to draw a curve. I kind of want to make this arm a little bit closer to her body. Then here again a circle for the fist she's going to have, and here will be the base for the thumb. This will be the thumb itself, like so, and here are going to be the fingers. I'm just drawing these small lines one after another, and this is a very basic way how to draw this particular hand shape, like so. Maybe okay, some small correction. Alright, now her weapon, we have here for the hilt, for the upper part of the hilt, this kind of flower shape with 4 petals, like so, and on the back side we have this kind of crystal-like shape, and it's just sticking out a little bit. I don't have to draw it completely, but there are references out there how the weapons look, and they're actually official references, so yeah, it's very easy to find them. And I'm just simply drawing this line here. I'm not going to fully draw this sketch for it now because it's very simple. I don't really have to explain it. Just on the ends here, we have these gem-like ends here, these gem-like shapes, like so. And also what you shouldn't forget is when you draw the whip that you also draw the spikes in a varying order, left and right and left and right and left and right. Alright? And now for the rest of the hair. At first we want to make sure that the distance up here is alright, that it shouldn't be too much volume like here, but also not too less. About so would be enough. And I like to make this kind of partition here. It's not entirely necessary. Some scenes she is shown with this middle part here, and some scenes she doesn't have it. So yeah, you can freely choose. And I'm going to draw the hair now in this kind of drop-like shape, like so. And this is the shape that you most of the time see. And so it gives you a good guide for getting the hairstyles somewhat looking like Amethyst's hairstyle. And now we have this guide here, and the rest is pretty much up to you, mostly like again, from scene to scene it's shown very differently. Just add the spikes in whatever way you want to. You just shouldn't overdo it, like you shouldn't make tons of spikes. This would be too much. And on the other hand, if you don't have any, then it doesn't look wild enough, and this is important for her, that she looks like that. Alright, like so. And here and here we're going to add some little spikes, and also one up here. And yeah, this is pretty much basically how you draw Amethyst. Oh yeah, also we shouldn't forget her neck. This would be fatal, of course. So yeah, just these two lines, and she has a very thick but short neck, like so. Alright, and moving over to the time-lapse now again, and finish this drawing and do another one in order to show you a different side of her, and that you can use these drawing techniques to draw her in whatever kind of position you want to. So, to give you some quick facts about Amethyst, first of all, her design and color palette is strongly based on Lumpy Space Princess, due to Rebecca Sugar's work on that cartoon. She revealed that Amethyst's room is the closest to her own lifestyle, which is pretty funny. Amethyst is also loosely based on a friend of Rebecca Sugar back then from college time, and this character is the character who kind of died the most, that is, got severely damaged and therefore returned to the gemstone state and had to regenerate. And whenever that happens, the crystal gems always return in a different style. The clothes change, or the hairstyle, or whatever. And therefore, Amethyst had the most style changes. And Rebecca Sugar said that it is actually quite convenient that they do this, because whenever they get tired of the style of a character, then they just kill this character and let them return and draw them in a different style, the style that they want to, and therefore they can mix up things. Of course, it is probably not like the original idea why this happens in the show, but it's still pretty convenient for them. And another thing is, Amethyst is kind of a rare personality in cartoons. Her personality of being laid back and very messy, but at the same time as a female character and not somehow over-sexualized or something like that. And this you only see very rarely in other cartoon series. Mabel from Gravity Falls would be an example, or Korra, and another one would be Star Butterfly from Star vs. the Forces of Evil. It's a series that I haven't seen yet, but a friend told me that also this character is very much like that, like this kind of character. Also, Steven Universe himself is kind of a rare character, this naive boy who is also very kind-hearted, open-minded and very honest about his feelings, and also gets along well with other female characters. And I want to emphasize that it's Rebecca Sugar who is the creator of the show, and she is a woman after all, and this is very rare in the world of cartoons, that you have a female creator of the cartoon series. It's still mostly men who are like the leading personalities in the production of cartoons. And so maybe this has something to do with it, and maybe this is one reason why this cartoon series, Steven Universe, is such a very special cartoon. Of course, another big factor, and probably the main factor, is that Rebecca Sugar is a very unique personality, very creative, and also very kind-hearted herself. So yeah. Alright, and we're done, and I did the second drawing in a different style. As you can see, she has different clothing on, and her hair is slightly different in a way that one side of her face is not covered by hair. And yeah, it's a later style, as I also explained just now, and also shows a different side of personality, her lazy side. So we are at the Q&A section again, and this time's question is from Sam Schmidt. What do you miss the most about summer? Well, to give the context, this question was asked on my recent time-lapse video where I drew Steven with Poplio, the Pokemon Poplio, in a kind of a beach setting. Well, most of all, I really miss the warmth I just like it warm, and I hate it to have to wear several layers of clothing and have to heat, which also costs a lot, and you can't really go outside, you just freeze. And I really want to go outside again and draw with my tablet and stuff. So yeah, I can't wait for summer. So yeah, if you have a question for me about pretty much anything or some constructive feedback, then please let me know down below in the comment section. And if you want to help me keeping the show running, then you can check out my Patreon page, and I would really highly appreciate it. Alright then, have fun drawing.